What's up, guys? This is Weeley for another vlog, and welcome back, guys. There's something I want to say when it comes to the esports thing, and I'm all for the esports game, and I really do enjoy that it's actually expanding itself from CS:GO and Hearthstone, League of Legends, Call of Duty, Halo's back with the Halo 5, which looks amazing, so I'm glad Halo's back. And a bunch of other games too that's coming out. Rocket League is now getting its first one, first ever World Championship, which is cool, and I'm very excited about that, of course. And so it's continually expand, and I'm very happy about that. Now, thing I want to say though is that there's still some issues when it comes to the players though trying to get some money going on. So one of the things that are still happening is that there are still tournaments that is not giving players the right amount of money, or like delaying the money for like months, and that's how they're not getting paid. Some sponsorships is not really fulfilling their duties in their contracts about reading their fine print or whatever, because they're not getting, because the players are trying to figure out what the hell's going on with their paycheck, or like their guaranteed contracted paycheck. Like, say for example, like a year you get like 50 grand for a year, and not even the players get that. And there are also some teams that is just not getting paid, period, or when they win the winnings, they're getting their winnings taken away because the sponsor team is actually trying to benefit by taking away a lot of their money thing. And this reminds me of an example, which is Empire Arcadia, which is one of the very old teams of the fighting scene, and Triforce was one of the leaders of that, and he was managing a bunch of people in there. And I gotta say though, in the positive note, he did have some great players that grew out to be very, very awesome. But one of the strategies that just didn't work is that he had a bunch of players, but he invested a lot with the famous esports player in the Street Fighter scene, which is Justin Wong. And he is like one of the best competitive Street Fighters around, also expanding into the Marvel vs. Capcom and other games. I'm pretty sure he's playing 5, but I haven't seen him play 5 yet, so that's why I didn't see him much, but still, he's still considered to be one of the best. And one of the issues back then when he was with EMP was that he was investing too much to Wong, and also Triforce was investing too much to Justin Wong and ignoring the other players, and when other players were trying to do good in, and less opportunities for them too. Also, when the players were promised about some of the paychecks, or like even gigs to go in tournaments, they weren't really getting what they needed, you know. Even though when Triforce was trying to call up, get some tournaments, and he was focusing on Wong, like having Wong get in the check for the company, and it just didn't work out. A bunch of players dropped out. And also led Justin Wong to drop out as well. I still believe they're still friends to this day because they were friends first. It's just business-wise, it just wasn't working out, so that's why Justin Wong went to Evil Geniuses, and he was doing better with them now. But I still think they still talk to each other, you know, which is still good. And of course, Triforce was upset because he hated the higher-end gaming sponsorships to take over. And this also leads to a thing where it's still happening, where there are still companies who still try to take so much out of them, and also put pressure, because it's also easy in the esports scene to actually keep trading players, especially in Call of Duty. They had to trade players, and like sometimes they either put them in free agent right away or in the middle of the game, depending on their contract. Or they put the contract saying we have the right to let you go early if you don't exceed our expectations, which is unfortunately always in the small print, which is, you know, which is how it is. And also, when it comes to tournaments paying, they're still lacking of it. Like there's the company, I'm trying to remember, that used to exist. It's like a Cybernet games or something like that. I'm trying to remember the cyber sports a tournament that had something. It was something like that name. That tournament was not giving players the full money or not giving them at all, and that guy who created the tournament was actually taking all their money and not able to give them the money that they deserve. And a lot of players are frustrated because they really tried hard to just compete. All that pressure, the pressure of trying to win because some sponsorships are sensitive. Not all, but some are very sensitive. And like if you don't exceed, even like one game you do shitty, sometimes they can just let you go, period. And that puts the pressure because that's just using young players, and that makes people very uncomfortable when they want to compete. And so being in the team, yes, it gives you a pretty good check if you're sponsored by them, but it's still pressure because it's not like the NFL. It's like, oh, you get a 4-year contract securely, $10 million, because esports is not like that just yet. And or like you get 4 years, this much money, and then $50,000 guaranteed for a year, blah blah blah. And it's because they don't have that security just yet. And that's why some players are still afraid and still complain that they're still being boned in the company. So what I would probably suggest would invest in yourself. You know, even though it's harder when you're trying to get out there by yourself, but you still have social media, Instagram, YouTube. You still have, Twitch. You know, you can invest yourself. There's YouTubers who knows how to handle their own money through YouTube and doing videos, and they sponsor themselves. You know, they're able to branch out by themselves. It's hard, but you can be your own boss. You know, there are esports players that actually don't have sponsorships in their name, but they still do well by themselves because they're used to that, and like they know how to manage themselves. You know, like a Little Joe, I haven't seen his sponsorship on his name when I see him play because I assume that he doesn't have one, and he's still looking good. He's still looking great. It just shows he knows how to handle it. You know, he'll handle himself. And I guess, he's also one of the players who don't really believe in the shadiness of the companies like Gutex. I never seen him have a sponsorship under the name of a game tournament because he thinks it's actually very shady to be in that. So he invested himself, and it works out. If you know how to do it, if you know how to be patient with it, it will be totally fine. And then you can go to your own tournaments, sponsor yourself. Even if you go on a tournament, if you do good, like right after the tournament, you can go out and say, hey, I just played this tournament. Of course you saw, thank you. Or if you actually won a tournament, people approach you, they'd be like, hey man, you were really, really good. You're really awesome. You'd be like, yeah, thank you very much. I also have a YouTube channel that I play every day if you want to see me play. And they'd be like, sure, because you're awesome. We'll go subscribe to you right now. And then you just show them your channel and your Twitch too, because I'm sure you want to get paid in Twitch too, and just show it to them. And then you'd be like, here you go. So this is what I do every day. You can also follow me when I post and when I go to a tournament. It's like, yeah, we'll follow you. And that's like the old school way of promoting yourself, by going to either a convention or tournament and then promote yourself. And it works. It still works very well today. I know you still have to excel and do very good to get noticed, but that's pretty much the way you can do to invest yourself. So there is hope to, now I'm not saying, completely ignore the sponsorship if you still want to go for it. But if you still feel uncomfortable, just sponsor yourself, and then you'd be surprised how much you can totally do for yourself when it comes to investing in yourself and being your own boss. And it is pretty cool. Harder, I think, but a lot of hard work. I think you can still do it too by just doing your own little branch of your own little independent way of getting into the esports scene. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this new vlog. I also want to say the division's coming out in one day, which is tomorrow, if I remember. I have it on queue on my Gamefly, so hopefully I can get it on time tomorrow for Gamefly, and that'll be really awesome. So thank you so much. I'm Willie, and you guys have an awesome day.